Hello and welcome to my Let's Play of Star Trek Online on the PS4. I'm the Big B82 and this is part 54 of my Discovery Era Science Officer, where I undertake the first missions in the Delta Quadrant, where we're going to go and search for our friend Cooper, the Undine, who has been who launched an assault on both Earth and Kronos in the last episode. So I'm going to howl for the mission. First we'll have the cutscene and on all that, and then I'll do my captain's log, and then we'll carry on the mission. First things first, I'd like to thank all my new subscribers. I have now officially reached 100 subscribers. Thank you so much for all the support, and I hope I can continue to grow. Also, I'd like to thank everyone that turned up to watch my Elite Dangerous live stream, which won't make any difference to the people in this part, but you could probably find it somewhere. I might have made the Elite Dangerous playlist, but thank you for all those that turned up for that. And kind of going to use this because it is a live stream at the time. I'm going to use this bit, so you can skip this bit if you just want to hear me rambling on. I'm going to be doing, because of the popularity of the my Elite Dangerous streams, Thursday and Friday are now designated to be Elite Dangerous nights, while these will continue to be on Monday, Tuesday, Saturday and Sunday. Should be able to space it all out. So let's howl for the mission. And let's get this show on the road. The activation of the gateway from the heart of the Stardate Dyson sphere has given us access to another Dyson sphere originally found near the Genolan system that is now located deep in the Delta Quadrant. The Romulan Republic, the Federation and the Klingon Empire have put aside their differences in order to unite against common enemies, but they need skilled captains and crews willing to join the fight. Travel through the gateway and contact Delta Command once you reach the Genolan Dyson sphere in the Delta Quadrant. Okay, so accept. Should get the mission to go to the Delta Quadrant, so I'm going to be quiet for this cutscene. Going to get the, if you're familiar with Voyager in the 90s, you'll be able to see a very similar intro to that. Even has the same text as well. I think they threw a lot of money behind this. And a lot of development work. Hats off to Cryptic for it. And we have no cutscene. Incoming hail from Voyager, sir, on screen.
Welcome to the Genolan Dyson sphere. The situation in the Delta Quadrant is continuing to develop. We will need the assistance of all our allies to stay ahead of it.
Thank you for this opportunity. I look forward to serving with you. Are we looking at a cutscene? Into Delta Quadrant Command. Okay, well, beam over. Now we're going to get a cutscene. Report to Commander Burgess. What's going on here? What's the matter with the damn loop? I don't know when the cutscene's going to show up, because it's going to show up at some fucking point. Alright, it's going to speak with Commander Burgess. Commander Burgess is our contact here in the Delta Quadrant for the Federation. Welcome to the Delta Quadrant. Thank you, Commander.
Hello. Would you have time to look into something for me?
Who are you?
Commander Ethan Burgess, at your service. I was raised in London, and I didn't give much thought to a career in service until the Breen attack on Earth during the Dominion War. My eyes were open that day. If we weren't safe on Earth, the most protected world in the Federation, we weren't safe anywhere. I joined Starfleet soon after. I was recruited out of the Academy for Starfleet Intelligence, and I've spent my entire career at SI. Wouldn't have it any other way. The Delta Quadrant became a bit of a pet project of mine over the years. I spent hours analyzing Voyager's logs and mission reports and learning all I could about this area of space. There's so much here we need to understand. The Voth, the Undine, the Borg, and they're just the tip of the spear. Now that Starfleet is back here, I want to be at the forefront of learning all we can about the Quadrant and its dangers. Hello, would you have...
Okay, so we're going to do the mission Mindscape. That's the next mission, so... Looks like I've jumped the gun, so Mindscape is going to tick off the... It's going to...
Admiral Tuvok has requested that you meet Voyager in the Solarian system. I believe he requires your assistance with a personal issue. While you're there, you should be able to get a briefing on the current state of the Delta Quadrant.
So
hello.
Let's accept that, and we'll return to our ship. We'll get a mission done at some point. Is this going to be the cutscene? For Christ's sake. Maybe it's when we exit, when we finally exit the Dyson Sphere. Let's exit the Dyson Sphere. I'm pretty sure this will be the cutscene. I've picked it up.
It's been 32 years since Voyager finished its journey.
We thought we had left the Delta Quadrant behind us.
We were wrong.
The gateways to the Quadrant are open.
And the choices we made have long-lasting effects. Now, we will help the friends we left behind.
And fight the rising darkness.
Voyager's first trip through the Delta Quadrant was a solitary one.
We must return to set things right.
This time, we must unite to survive.
God, a damn cool intro. Sorry. Okay, so let's head to the Solarian system. Finally be able to compare the Pathfinder class to the Intrepid class. Alright, let's begin Mindscape.
Admiral Tuvok is waiting for you in the conference room.
Commander.
Welcome aboard. And if I may say so, it's good to see you again. Between doomsday devices and the Delta Quadrant, It looks like we get all of the interesting assignments. If you'll come with me, I'll take you to Admiral Tuvok. He wants to see you right away.
Benzil, I hadn't expected to see you again.
It's good to see you too. Someone decided that with our experience with that, borrowed bird of prey, I'm the perfect person to handle joint operations with the Klingons out here in the Delta Quadrant. I even got a promotion, as you can see.
Can you fill me in on a bit more what's been going on?
What would you like to know?
You know why Admiral Tuvok requested me?
The Admiral is trying to track down Dr. Cooper. He thinks that Cooper is the key to this conflict with the Undine. He hasn't explained why yet, but he says that your assistance is crucial. What would you like to know?
What's the situation in the Delta Quadrant?
Unstable, but not totally out of control. The Borg have suffered setbacks on multiple fronts. They're being pressed hard by the Voth, the Undine, and various liberated elements. The Voth are mostly bottled up in their home space and in the Solanae Dyson sphere. We've established some connections with a few of the locals, such as the Kobali and the Talaxians. Of course, there are still troublemakers out here. The Kazon, the Hirogen, the Malon, and there's a new power player we're very concerned about. Whoever they are, they're picking off systems left and right. Even the Krenim weren't a match for them. We need to find out who they are and what they want. What would you like to know?
Why bring Voyager out here? This ship is nearly 30 years old.
Voyager spent 7 years in the Delta Quadrant, and during that time many of her systems were optimized to deal with the hazards out here. This old girl's still got a few tricks. Besides, Admiral Tuvok specifically brought Voyager out for this mission. And what the Admiral wants, the Admiral gets. What would you like to know?
Let's go. Well, I am flying the updated version of this ship, Commander, so...
Sorry we don't have time for a tour, but the Admiral insists he needs to speak with you right away.
Well, my ship's pretty much an identical layout, so... not really much of a difference. Okay.
The Admiral is waiting for you in the ready room.
Okay, Admiral, sir. Well, technically I rank you.
Greetings. Thank you for coming so promptly. We do not have much time, and I require your assistance.
What's going on?
I am still under telepathic assault by the Undine we know as Cooper. He has found some means to greatly increase his psionic power, and I cannot withstand his assault indefinitely. I will need your help to repel Cooper's attack and counter him.
You must be under a great amount of stress.
What else do you need to know?
What do you need me to do?
I have been able to deflect Cooper's attacks thus far, but I require assistance to repel him and gain any useful information. I propose initiating a Vulcan mind meld through which you will be able to enter my mind and aid me against Cooper.
That sounds dangerous.
What else do you need to know?
Wouldn't it be better to seek aid of a psionic master?
Your prior experiences with Cooper should allow your subconscious mind to hone in on him. An outsider who has never encountered him before would have no such connection and could never hope to find him.
I'll try to do whatever I can.
What else do you need to know?
I'm ready.
My mind to your mind. Your thoughts to my thoughts.
Your finger is in my eye. What's going on? There's no sign of Tuvok or anyone else. It looks like I'm alone in the Mindscape. Well, first things first, we're going to change our uniform. Okay. Door is locked. Unlock the door. Why would the 6-bay door be locked? Maybe I can override it. Console's also locked out. Maybe the emergency medical hologram can answer some questions. Computer, activate the emergency medical hologram. Talk to the doctor.
Please state the nature of the medical emergency.
Doctor, I seem to be confined to sick bay. Can you override the door lockout for me?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, shall we? First, I need to make sure you're not contagious or suffering from any injuries. This will only take a moment.
I'm fine, Doctor, really. I need to get to engineering.
Don't be difficult. I'm only doing my job. Engineers and captains, always in a hurry to get out of sickbay.
Doctor, it's critical that I leave sickbay. I need to find Tuvok.
You're not going anywhere. Doctor's orders.
Doctor?
Can you hear me? Come speak to me at the desk terminal.
Idiot.
The mind meld was successful. Excellent. I am currently trapped in the ready room. For the moment, I will only be able to communicate with you remotely. Cooper is working to subvert my mental defenses, and I must focus my concentration on keeping my mind intact.
So I need to liberate you from your ready room.
No. Cooper is trying to erode my emotional control. Symbolically, this means that he must destroy Voyager. To do so, he is attempting to overload the warp core. You must proceed to engineering to stop Cooper from destabilizing the warp core. If he is successful, he will have broken down my mental control systems. Once the core and my mind are protected from Cooper's attacks, then we can take control of this mindscape. Take the pad from the doctor's office. I will use it to communicate with you as you proceed.
Understood. I'll pick up the pad and proceed to engineering.
Good. Now we will be able to remain in contact. Proceed to engineering.
This console is locked due to the Omega Directive. Computer, explain the Omega Directive. The Omega Directive is a set of regulations automatically activated when the ship encounters the Omega particles. Only the ship's captain can countermand the directive. The information regarding Omega particles in the Omega Directive is classified. Computer, release Omega Lockdown Authorization Cartwright, Jasmine, Admiral. Unable to comply. Omega Directive lockdown may only be released by the ship captain in the captain's ready room. Okay. Great, Cooper.
Cooper is attempting to subvert my mental defenses by replacing my memories with engrams from his bioship. Until he is expelled, these kinds of incursions will continue. You may see strange items or distortions in your surroundings. Ignore them and proceed as best you can. Remember Kiri Kinthal's first law of metaphysics. Nothing unreal exists.
Understood. We seem to be lost.
Cooper is trying to overload the warp core. You must keep it stable.
This isn't right.
The Mindscape is a simulacrum. Cooper may move elements to suit his needs, or try to stop you. Certain areas may be blocked or damaged, or even transformed. Do your best to reach your destination. Cooper cannot simultaneously attack an area and conceal it.
I see. Alright. Simulacrum, mines, and all that crap. Alright.
What are you doing
Kim.
here? What are you doing here? This area is very dangerous. The core is unstable.
I'm here to stabilize the core.
I've almost got this. Just keep back. It will only take a few more minutes.
Where's the chief engineer?
Vilana? I don't know. She should be here, but as far as I can tell, everything on Voyager's about to fall apart, and I'm the only one here. Stay back. I'm going to put a force field around the core while I try to stabilize it. It won't contain a core breach, but it might block some of the radiation if the magnetic stabilizers give out.
Ensign, we can solve this more effectively if we work together.
You are stupid, aren't you? Only people the Vulcan melded with should be here. Not everyone on Voyager is part of Tuvok's warped little subconscious. Some of us are far more exceptional.
Ensign Kim, step away from the warp core controls.
I'll destroy you. And Tuvok's mind with you. You can't stop
defenses to protect himself. Use one of the engineering consoles to press your attack.
You know you don't stand a chance, right?
He has raised his defenses to protect himself. Use one of the engineering consoles to press your attack.
Okay, then, Mr. Exceptional One.
Quickly use the controls to restore the warp core. This will strengthen my mental defenses. Excellent. With my mental defenses stabilized, we should have additional time to fend off Cooper's intrusion. Head to the crew decks. Inside of my memories exist fragments of personalities from any person with whom I have previously experienced a mind meld. You may be able to find someone whose personality is not wholly part of my mind, and thus not susceptible to Cooper's influence.
I'll find someone to help on the crew decks. Okay, to the crew decks we go. Jesus fucking Christ.
Move through the crew decks to your right. You may be able to find a fragment of a personality who can help. People with whom I have previously melded have left impressions of their Katras in my mind. You may be able to convince one to assist you. Because they are not technically me, Cooper's ability to subvert them may be limited.
I'll keep an eye out for anyone who might be able to help. Oh, 7 of 9.
What is happening? What am I doing here? Who are you? I require specifics. Answer me.
Voyager is in danger from species 8472. We need to liberate Tuvok. He's been held locked in the ready room.
I have no reason to trust you, but this seems familiar somehow. Why am I in the crew quarters? I should be in my regeneration alcove.
Tuvok can explain here. He can communicate through this pad.
7. You are currently experiencing an engrammatic regress as a result of a Vulcan mind meld. You must assist me in reasserting control over the meld. I am currently locked in the ready room next to the bridge. Exercise caution as species 8472 has subverted the vessel.
Let's go to the bridge and help Tuvok.
That is Borg technology. But the presence of the collective will not dissuade us. Assimilation is irrelevant. Assimilated Undine may be a reflection of the unconscious fears of species 8472.
Trust me, you don't want to face one of them. I have.
Oh, you're here. Let's just get this over with.
You're such an arrogant fuck, aren't you?
I will secure the bridge while you release Tuvok.
Okie dokie, 7. Admiral.
With Cooper defeated, he should no longer be able to maintain the telepathic link with my mind. For the time being. We must end the mind meld and consider our next course of action. Now that we have removed Cooper's influence, it is time to break the link between he and myself.
I agree. It's time for this to end.
With Cooper's attack temporarily halted, we are in a position to slow the advance of his Undine forces. Please accompany me to the bridge.
Lead the way, Admiral. Admiral, why are your crew in 2370 uniforms?
We still do not have a fix on Cooper's whereabouts. I will contact Starfleet for any current information about Undine movements. Use the sensors to check for their quantum signatures. Voyager's sensor array is currently calibrated for tracking Undine movements, so you should be able to garner results quickly.
I'll handle the sensors. Access denied.
You should return to your ship. While I am somewhat fatigued as a result of the mind meld, I believe that I can continue in my duties on Voyager while we plan our next steps.
Tuvok, I'm getting an error from operations. The Omega Protocol lockdown is in effect.
We must still be in the meld. Cooper is trying to deceive us. He needs to break the link cleanly, but lacks the strength to confront us directly.
What do we do?
You don't belong here.
Morons. Attacking a superior officer is insubordination and treason.
We should use the link to our advantage. If we can track Cooper through the link, we can then pursue him in the physical realm. Since the Mindscape deals in symbolic representations, we need a map to his location. We should proceed to astrometrics.
Let's go.
Cooper is trying to block your progress. Look for another path.
This console definitely wasn't here before.
In 2375, Voyager encountered a malfunctioning Borg vinculum that had been turned into a trap by species 6339. This vinculum caused other personalities from the collective to surface in 7 of 9. I entered a mind meld with her in an attempt to stabilize her personality. These people are echoes of the personalities of people assimilated by the Borg. They are not truly aware, knowing only that they desire to escape. It may be helpful to think of them as ghosts, metaphorically speaking, of course.
I'm not afraid of ghosts.
Cooper is attempting to distort your path again. Keep searching.
Cooper's definitely trying to send a message.
I sense we are making progress. Keep searching.
No force field yet, it seems. Oh. Here they come. What a ding. Strat Cooper. Check memory grid 124 at Conta 22 Theta. According to Voyager's log, this is the location of Tuvoks' previous mind meld with 7 and 9 when she suffered the forced intrusions of other minds taken by the Borg into her consciousness. The event was caused by proximity to a damaged Voyager and is not consistent with influences from the Undine. Let's try somewhere else. Check memory of the Subspace system. After Voyager left the Subspace system early in its journey home, Tuvok experienced a traumatic mind meld with a crewman Long Suda. At this time, Voyager had not even yet encountered the Undine. Let's keep tracking. Check memory of Class 17 Nebula. Voyager encountered the Class 17 Nebula in 2373. At this time, Tuvok was suffering from an immunogenic virus and entered the mind meld with Captain Janeway so that the captain could help him trace and resolve the source of the virus, which extended to his tenure aboard the Excelsior under Captain Sulu. This is not related to the Undine incursion. We may have to be getting close. Check memory of Netcrick Expanse. The Netcrick Expanse is an area of Borg space located near an unstable corridor the Undine used to make incursions into our dimension. Quantum singularities in that area of space make it easier subject to incursion by the Undine. Logic suggests that this would be an ideal location for them to use it as a fleet staging area. It's time to end the meld and go find Cooper. And crack some Undine skulls. Right.
This ordeal has taxed me mentally, but I must continue the mission. I have learned that Cooper is in fluidic space, in an area that corresponds to the location known in our dimension as the Northwest Passage. We must travel there and enter fluidic space to confront Cooper once more. He is aboard a special command bioship that he cannot abandon. If we catch him in fluidic space, we can force a final confrontation.
Okay.
Please join me on the bridge. I must focus my concentration on regaining my strength. I need you to enter our destination coordinates and make certain that there are no more surprises.
Just realised I didn't do my captain's log, but anyway. Here's captain's log 870995.42. The Alliance has launched missions into the Delta Quadrant to locate Cooper. The Haignere will rendezvous with Voyager to assist Tuvoks' search via subspace. Right. You, security officer, get out of my bloody way.
Voyager will join you in the Northwest Passage. We'll leave as soon as you've returned to your ship. We need to hurry if we want to catch Cooper.
Right, let's return to my ship. Turns out my ship's slightly bigger than... So the Pathfinder is slightly bigger than the Intrepid. Kind of would have guessed that. Means it's...
This area of space was labeled by Commander Chakotay as the Northwest Passage. It is a corridor of space that the Borg avoid because of the high incidence of quantum singularities, which the Undine use as points of transit. Voyager encountered the passage in 2373, and Captain Janeway chose to use it to travel through Borg space. This precipitated our first contact with species 8472.
What do we need to do here?
We must locate a quantum singularity that will lead us into the correct area of fluidic space. My suspicion is that Cooper is using this region as a staging ground for the massed Undine fleet, and his command bioship will be there as well. Approach each singularity and check its quantum wave signature. When we find the correct one, we will pass through.
We'll probably have to engage the Undine ships first, and then scan the singularities. But first, stay there, Voyager. Yeah. Aha! It is bigger. So, let's compare in sizes, Admiral. Seems as though my stick's bigger than yours. Yeah. It's always going to be the last place you look. General rule of thumb in search stuff like this. I kind of knew that my ship would be bigger. 24. 24 10 technology compared to 20. Son of a bitch. Alright.
This passage will work. Quickly, we must go through the portal.
Gladys would be pleased.
We need to reach Cooper's command bioship. According to my scans, he is using a modified dreadnought as a control vessel. Intriguing. Cooper's bioship appears to have nerve clusters, gyri, and structures typically associated with brain matter. While most bioships are organic, they are not aware. Rather, they are biological tissue operated by the Undine as tools. Cooper's vessel is different. It is possible that the ship is self-aware. This would explain the increase in Cooper's telepathic abilities. Not only is his command bioship able to coordinate the entire Undine fleet, acting as a brain for the other ships, but it also amplifies his psionic power. We must gain access to the ship directly. We will need to temporarily disable its shielding mantle, so we can fire upon vulnerable sections to disable it.
Find and disable Cooper's ship. Understood.
You've come a long way, but as you can see, I am not unprepared for your arrival. This command bioship is unique. It is capable of coordinating an entire fleet of bioships. A fleet that will launch from the structure you see here. Even if you attack me, I suspect you will find the sheer power of my new fleet to be overwhelming.
We're not defeated yet. Right. He definitely doesn't lack in confidence, does he? up the ship.
Bioship is weak. You must beam aboard and locate Cooper while it is possible.
Right, let's go. Let's go and launch an assault on this fucking idiot.
We are close to Cooper's position, but the bioship is blocking transport in the area closest to the central nexus. We must find control nodes that will allow us to enter the nexus. As the ship is organic, we may be able to force it open by sending impulses through certain nerve endings, thereby causing a reflex reaction, much like a sneeze.
Find the control nodes open in the central nexus. Got it. Okay. Look out, Undine coming down from the ceiling.
Muscles controlling this passage will not release. We will need to find controlled ganglia we can use to trigger a reflex response and open the door.
Release has to be near here. So we're going to make it sneeze. Well, this is something new. Damn, I just vaporized his house. Right.
Cooper should be in the chamber just beyond this door.
If this ship has a mind, could you convince it not to fight us?
An intriguing notion. I shall make the attempt. You must protect me from Cooper and his soldiers while I concentrate on the mind meld. When you are ready, we shall proceed.
I'm ready. Start the meld.
The ship is resisting the meld. I must move to another neural cluster.
You know what, Cooper? You are useless against me. I love it when I finally have a character built properly. My last size character was about as effective as chewing bubblegum to solve an algebra equation.
The ship is resisting the meld. I must move to another neural cluster. You must protect me from Undine attacks while I concentrate.
What about that?
You must
I have a
protect
little
me
friend
from
to do
Undine
that.
attacks while I concentrate. You must protect me from Undine attacks while I concentrate.
What is happening? You did this!
My mind to your mind.
Communication link established.
Your thoughts to my thoughts.
The weak will perish. Why should we listen to the weak?
You will perish when the Iconians complete their purge. To the Iconians, you are weak.
We must survive.
When we fight one another, we are weak. United, we are strong.
No! Don't listen to him! We must see to our needs.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
The many must survive. We don't need them! The many will be strong. The strong will survive. They are weak. I will save us. You are weak. What? No! But together, we are strong. You will be repurposed. No!
Damn.
The Bio-Dreadnought has no intention of entering our space. Now we must return to our ships before the Undine retreat to their own fortresses in fluidic space.
Basically, he just got recycled into compost. Poor bastard. What could have happened to a nicer jackass? I thought something was weird about him when he was saying about the Undine. They were strong when they attacked the when we were in the Borg. When we were attacking the Borg stuff, fluidic space. Probably when he got changed, because he was very different when we met him on Omicron Kappa.
There are no signs of Undine pursuit. Whatever the intent of the remaining Undine forces, it seems that they do not involve our dimension. As a Vulcan, I am not given to personal displays. Nonetheless, we have shared a deep connection. We will always carry a part of this experience with us. In a sense, you have become a portion of my mental defenses. Part of the ship and crew that define the most challenging aspects of my existence. Our shared effort has prevented another Undine invasion, and incidentally allowed me to retain my sanity. Your contributions are appreciated. I must advise Starfleet Command of these developments. I am sure we will speak again. Until then, I am confident that events in the Delta Quadrant are in capable hands.
Farewell,
Live
Admiral.
long and prosper.
Farewell, Admiral. Ready to lead the system on your command, sir. And let's leave. Right, let's speak with Delta Command and I'll get this mission over and done with. Contact Delta Command.
With Cooper gone, the Undine won't have a leader pushing them toward war with our forces. I wonder why he was so set on this conflict. We still don't know exactly how long Cooper had been replaced by an Undine, or if the original Cooper is still alive. Perhaps this Undine saw something during his time among us that convinced him that the only way to secure the safety of his people was to destroy ours. It wouldn't be the first time that's happened. Remember the Xindi attack on Earth in the 22nd century? They were told by the Sphere Builders that they had to destroy Earth to save themselves. It turned out that Sphere Builders were using the Xindi as a tool in their own destructive plans. We know the Iconians have manipulated the Undine. Maybe they were the ones pushing Cooper to attack.
Possible. But we don't generally mention the third season of Enterprise. Anyway.
Hello. Would you have time to...
Well, that is the end of part 54. When we return in part 55, we'll be doing the mission there, which is Reunion. I'm the Big B 80.
Our first task in the Delta...
Thank you. I'm the Big B 82. Please subscribe, comments are welcome, and I appreciate any thumbs up as well. And I will see you in part 55. Until then, ciao for now.